A New Hope teen is facing 2 felony charges after shooting a friend in the head with an illegal gun. According to court documents, police responded to a report of a shooting last Wednesday in New Hope. The caller said his 17-year-old friend had accidentally shot himself in the head. Officers found the victim unconscious and not breathing. Detectives also found a so-called ghost gun that had been modified to fire 2 rounds with a single trigger pull. Police believe the 17-year-old that called 911 fired the weapon. The victim has no brainwave activity and is on life support. The city of Osseo plans to hire 2 new police officers next year. The decision comes as Chief Shane Michelson says the profession deals with serious retention issues.
The reason these people are leaving is that they don't want to be cops anymore. And we saw a huge rush after George Floyd, and then since then we've started to see with PTSD and some of these other issues that we're having mental health-wise that officers are leaving. Well, when they leave, they don't want to come back.
The city's 2025 budget calls for 1 new officer in April and another in July. The chief's goal is to have 2 officers on patrol per every shift. He says one of the main reasons officers left the city in previous years is because they were on duty alone and didn't have backup. He also says it's next to impossible to find part-time officers like the city used to rely on.
The problem with part-time is it's non-union. Okay, and what does our county attorney think of police officers right now? Let's just lay that run right out there. Who wants to come work in Hennepin County without a union behind them and have to maybe use their gun?
The chief says Osseo is also seeing an increase in calls. He points out it's surrounded by 2 suburbs with high call volumes. After spending the last several years without enough staff to cover every shift, the Golden Valley Police Department has finally bolstered its ranks. As Delane Cleveland reports, a combination of incentives and advancement opportunities have helped rebuild that department.
Emily, as recently as a couple of years ago, Golden Valley was down to 5 sworn officers, even though they were budgeted for 31. To help fill that void, they contracted with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, as well as an outside firm to help with investigative work. But now Golden Valley officials say they're finally at a point where they can handle everything on their own.
To be in a space better than what it was when I came in the door in 2022, it is a lot more comfortable to be in.
Golden Valley Police Chief Virgil Green came into the department during a crisis period, with retirements, people leaving the profession, and internal issues.
There was a lot of people, even in the law enforcement industry, telling people, don't go to Golden Valley. They're going to fold. Hennepin County is going to take them over.
Yet instead of folding, they slowly but surely added to their ranks. The department is budgeted for 31 sworn officers, and they're now at 15. Chief Green says that now mostly allows Golden Valley officers to cover the day shift rather than Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies. This happened in part due to $10,000 bonuses offered to help lure officers from other departments.
That is our office on wheels.
Andrew Tolbert came to Golden Valley in April.
So I was an officer in Brooklyn Park, and there was an opportunity here for some sergeant openings. So I decided that was best for me at the time and made the jump over here.
These are all the things that we have to go through to make sure that it's flight ready.
But it's not just lateral officers joining.
Really anything that you need an extra set of eyes that's not ground level, this works for.
Abby Gerhardson became a sworn officer a year and a half ago after initially serving as a community service officer for the city.
We can use it to look for that. We can use it to look for missing people.
Now she's one of the officers working the day shift. And she's also authorized to fly the department's drone.
Everybody's morale is, I saw it when it was kind of in the dumps, and it's just not like that anymore.
Meanwhile, Chief Green hopes to be able to cover the day shift entirely with Golden Valley officers by the end of October.
The community has been very supportive while we have been going through this transition.
In Golden Valley, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Brooklyn Park residents will likely see a bump in their property taxes next year. The City Council moved ahead with an initial double-digit increase. The preliminary property tax levy was approved with an 11% increase. A preliminary levy sets the maximum rate. The council can lower the final tax rate, but they can't increase it. City officials say the increase is due to new staffing positions, as well as rising staff costs. More than half of the city's property tax revenue goes to the police and fire departments. Police Chief Mark Bruley says personnel costs continue to increase for police.
The costs continue to rise with public safety workers, that there is very few people interested in the industry, which one has creates a retention issue and also makes it a resource that is exponentially going up in cost.
The city is hosting a public hearing for the property tax levy on December 2nd, and the council will vote on the levy on December 9th. A Plymouth elementary school earned a prestigious honor for student achievement. Oakwood Elementary School was named a 2024 National Blue Ribbon School. It was one of only 7 schools in the state and just over 350 in the country to be recognized. The honor highlights schools that either excel in academic performance or make significant strides in closing achievement gaps. Oakwood is one of the smaller elementary schools in the Wayzata district with an enrollment of just over 450 students. If you're looking for a howling good time this Halloween season, look no further than Juvenile in Robbinsdale. And we have to warn you, these images may be frightening for some viewers.
I said hold still! Stop! No!
So Juvenile is known for its eclectic dining experiences, and this Halloween is no different. Expect haunted theatrics, dim lighting, and a unique blend of plates and cocktails. Non-alcoholic options are also available. Chef owner Mike Brown, also known as Grant in costume, says to come prepared for a fright.
Depending on the night, a lot of death, a lot of murder in the basement. It's just part of the show. Don't worry about that. It's different every week. We try new things, and if you're into theatrics, this is the place to be.
And he wants you to know it's just a little different than your typical dinner. You can reserve a spot for your group tonight through November 2nd. Tickets are available online.
In less than a week, section playoffs for girls tennis get underway. Both Breck and Wayzata are having solid seasons. The Trojans and Mustangs faced off against each other in Golden Valley, and Chaz Moots has the highlights.
Breck at home on senior day. The Mustangs 7-3 coming into their match against Wayzata. The Trojans 11-1 on the season, only falling to Edina. Starting off in first doubles, Addie Berman with a nice return here down the line on the right side, just inside for the point for Breck. Later on in the match, a back and forth rally between Wayzata's Nicole Nazarevich and Breck's Julia Zuki, but Kate Walborn slides in up front and makes a great play at the net for the point. Wayzata went on to win first doubles 6-2, 6-0. Next court over in second doubles, another rally between Wayzata and Breck. The Trojan Samvi Byra Panani goes right hand, forehand to the left side of the court, just kept it in for the point. Byra Panani and Morgan Berge win 6-3, 6-1. Jumping over to first singles, good battle here. Wayzata's Joy Zhou gets Breck's Abby Perry to run up front left, then she goes back right for the point. But Perry, just a sophomore, fought back and earned a set 2 win 6-2, and in the third set, Perry prevailed, winning 10-6 and took the match. She had good placement of the ball all afternoon. Lastly, in second singles, the Trojan Zhaoyi Zhang kept Breck's Emmy Liu on the move most of the match. Zhang earned a 6-0, 6-2 win over Liu. Wayzata goes on the road and beats Breck 6-1. In Golden Valley, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Providence Academy and Blake play in the same conference, the IMAC, but the two girls soccer powers are in different classes. The Lions are currently ranked 4th in Class A. The Bears are number 1 in Class 2A.
Second of 2 regular season meetings between Providence and Blake. Pretty good scoring chance here for the Bears in the first half. Lauren Breyer passes to Livy Abud Young, but her shot stopped by Audrey Steves and remains scoreless. Later in the half, Lions' Madden Greenway launches a long shot that Reese Offord makes the stop on. One of 8 saves for her in the night. It's scoreless at halftime. Second half, Anna Breyer with a shot that Steves punches out of the air and over the net for another save. Still no score 50 minutes in. The Bears finally do score in the 71st minute. Anna Breyer to Sophia White, who scores on the low shot from 23 yards out. That's the only goal of the night. Blake remains undefeated on the season. They beat Providence 1-0.
The Cooper boys soccer team was looking to break a 3-game losing streak Tuesday night as they played host to one of the better teams in the Tri-Metro Conference, Richfield.
The Spartans trying to keep pace with Holy Angels atop the Tri-Metro Conference standings. Early minutes of the match, and Cooper with a couple of good short passes, and then Daniel Romero Andrade with a nice move gets a shot away for a goal. The Hawks strike first less than 4 minutes into the first half. Tied at 1, and Xavier Clune gets loose down the left side, and the Spartans junior buries the shot in the back of the net. His second goal of the night. It's 2-1 Richfield midway through the first half. Great through ball here, played by Francisco Sanchez Dominguez to Clune, who gets free again. He beats the keeper on the short side this time on his shot and completes his first half hat trick. Clune puts Richfield ahead 3-1 at the half. The Spartans had 2 more goals in the second half. Jesus Cruz Peralta with a great cross to Dominguez, who scores. Richfield wins 5-1. The Spartans are now 6-3-2 on the season. The Hawks fall to 2-8.
And finally, it's a big week at Osseo Senior High as they not only celebrate homecoming, but it's the school's centennial celebration. In honor of their 100th year, there will be an alumni gathering in front of the school Friday from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m., which will include tours of the school and a special recognition at Carlton Field at 5:30 p.m. before the Orioles' 6 p.m. football game with Centennial. All alum are welcome to attend. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.